Hello, I'm Draconicrose. Welcome back to Project Hospital. Today we are starting with the third tutorial, which says, "Hi boss, with diagnosing and building out of the way, we know that you have one more talent that might also need a little refreshment. Let's take a closer look at hospital. We can start with department management. Go ahead and switch to department management. This mode gives you all the information about your selected department, assigned staff, and rooms. It also acts as a checklist for making the department. So, I'm assuming this is just the clinic. Oh, emergency clinic. But for the emergency, we need an on-call room. Yeah. You can choose who will be the chief doctor. Be careful with this selection. It can have a big effect on the overall productivity of your employees. Certainty level is an important setting for diagnostics. It determines how careful the doctors are when selecting a final diagnosis and how carefully they look for hidden symptoms. Let's have a look at your hiring options. Click on the hiring button in your desired department card. There are 4 staff categories: doctors, nurses, technologists, and janitors. You can see their experience levels, skills, and their requested salary. Also, the character perks can make a big difference and are often hidden. The selection is bound to the selected department, so the employees only have matching specializations. I think this wasn't true in the demo, which is why it was possible to hire people who couldn't actually work where you were trying to hire them for. So I think that has been fixed now. The selection is bound, yeah. If you're not happy with the candidate, hiring agency will be happy to provide you with a new list or uncover hidden perks for a fee. To hire an employee, click on their portrait and drop them into a room. The employee will be automatically assigned to the nearest workplace. You can also assign the workplace from the employee card. Workplaces consist of a desk, a chair, and a PC, as you've probably seen when building different rooms. As you can see, they are now occupied on your selected department. You can also click on an empty workspace and hire an employee that way. Let's have a closer look at your staff. Open any of your employees' card. Okay. John Taylor, hi. Every employee has a few... What does this do? I can rename people! Ah, that's amazing. You know what that's going to be used for. Every employee has a few different statistics, their levels, skills, and specializations. For technologists and nurses, there are 3 experience levels. For doctors, 5. Different specializations get available as the employees level up. Mr. John Taylor is a doctor, so he gets 5 levels. 5? I think everyone has 5 stars. Which I think it's their overall rating, yes. He's an intern, so he only has 1 level of specialization. Skills are fixed for each type of personnel, but get improved by being used. You can learn more about individual skills in tooltips. Specializations give the opportunity to work at certain departments or rooms that allow the employee to perform specific examinations or treatments. Doctors can have 1 or 2 specializations. The first one allows basic work at a certain department and is available for all residents, level 2. The second one is usually related to surgery or diagnosis and available for fellows. Fellows, I didn't know that was a ranking of doctor, if you can call it that, until I played this game. But I guess that's because I'm Portuguese. But then again, I also don't know the doctor rankings in Portuguese, so take that as you would like. Employee rules give you the option to control what tasks each employee is allowed to perform. This way you can make sure that you have staff available when they are really needed, for example, for surgery. To be able to take care of hospitalized patients 24/7, the hospital needs staff assigned to both day shift and night shift. When you click the night shift button, notice that the border and the staff change. So that's the border. How do I see? Yeah, the staff that's assigned changes. Okay. Let's move to management tools for the whole hospital. First, let's have a look at departments. Open the department section of the hospital management card. Here's a list hidden behind the tutorial. But here's a list of all active departments. You can close them down from here. Insurance companies. Oops. If I do that, does it go back? No. Insurance companies have their own requirements, but when you pass these, it's up to you which insurance companies you contract and accept patients from. We don't have any available right now, I think. Now we will take a look at ambulances. Open the ambulance section. The panel shows you the status of all your ambulances. They're anything, I suppose. Next up, finance. Open the budget. Here's a breakdown of your income and expenses for each department. I don't think this was in the demo. So it actually allows us to balance the budget. You can also take a loan from the local bank if you are short on cash. And last but not least, statistics. The statistics give you some insight into how well your hospital has been doing and what the trends have been. So... okay. Looks like I have mostly doctors and nurses and then no janitors. No patients treated yet, so... Now on to the fun part. Our hospital needs a functional hospitalization process at the general surgery department. Switch to the department for surgery. Switch to... yeah, here we go. Check what rooms are missing at general surgery department and build them. Remember that rooms with red numbers next to them are mandatory. Tooltips for rooms on the list provide some extra information. Okay, so we need an HDU, high dependency unit, and we have a big gray area here. I wonder where we are going to build a high dependency unit. Yeah. Okay, so we have one. And now we need to... Let's add a modern hospital bed, and since it's a high dependency unit, I'm gonna rotate it. Wait, what? Can't put it this way, right? Into... no, it did. Oh, can middle click to rotate, didn't know that. Okay, we just put like a few, can't put a third there, so I'm gonna put a few here and here and another couple of... okay, that works. Bedside cabinets in all the bedsides. Probably great for our budget, but yeah, okay. They all have cabinets. Defibrillator can be put on a... not a cabinet. Yeah, we can do the wall one. Life monitor. Oh, okay. Guess that was enough to make the HDU complete and available. With rooms in order, it's time to hire one remaining staff member. It looks like we need a surgeon. If you hover over the professions tooltips will advise you what kind of skill is required. Go ahead and hire a surgeon for the general surgery department. All of the red warning signs must be dealt with to get hospitalization too. Missing staff, surgeon. Doctor in on-call room specialized in operative surgery. So one is the on-call room. It's this one, I think. Yeah, that's the on-call room. And we can hire a doctor. Oh, Here you go. Specialized in operative surgery. So you would do. You wouldn't. So there you then. Now that we have working hospitalization, the ambulance will bring us our first patient. This should only be a minute. I can read instead. How do I go? I mean, other than that, can I use... Yeah, I can use page up and page down. Wonder if I can remap those. Because... oh... Huh. School. Ah. Wait, why is left shift? At least I assume that's left shift. Either that or backspace. Pause the game. And is right. Where's the patient? Here's the patient. Now let us follow the patient through our hospitalization process. This can start at the emergency department with observation or trauma hospitalization. What? Emergency department with observation or trauma hospitalization. Okay. Patients get admitted for observation when there is no clear diagnosis and the patient could have one or more dangerous symptoms. Once the diagnosis is clear, the patient gets treated and sent home or hospitalized at the specialized department. When the patient goes to an observation room, following examinations will be done by the on-call room staff, and your doctor in the doctor's office at the clinic will take another case. Trauma Center is an essential unit for handling different types of traumas and accidents, and most critical cases that your ambulances bring to the hospital arrive here. Trauma Center works the same way as the observation room. As long as the diagnosis is not clear, the patient will be examined here. Okay, now let's go back to our patient on their way to the Trauma Center. Try to find out what's wrong and reach a clear diagnosis. Okay, so, Mr. Mark Adams, you seem to have been stabbed. Ignore that. So, well, I think right now we really should do the whole emergency care thing. Right? Because things are kind of bleeding out. So that is happening, and then we do some blood transfusion. Okay, and we still have hidden symptoms, but since it's blinking, it means that some of them are dangerous. So let's see. Let's do this one first, since we seem to have kind of mostly stabilized them. Okay, severe hemorrhage, so pressure bandage. Oh, so that's been stabilized. Now we have a 50-50 on this one. Fast assessment with sonography in trauma is a special ultrasonography method used in the evaluation of trauma patients. Yeah, let's do that. And trying to see what is really wrong with him. Don't think that worked. Oh, there we go. Ruptured spleen. Hooray! With a clear diagnosis, the patients get hospitalized. I got an achievement. It's called Dr. Right. With a clear diagnosis, the patients get hospitalized at specialized departments. Every department has two types of inpatient rooms, regular or HDU hospitalization. Regular ward is suitable for patients without any risk of life-threatening conditions. High dependency unit is suitable for patients in risk of collapse and life-threatening conditions. They are generally equipped with life monitors to keep an eye on the vital functions of their patients. If patients collapse, they can be sent to ICU to be connected to life support and to get continuous care. Intensive care unit is not only a hospitalization type, but also a standalone department. So what's the next step for a patient? Let's switch the department. Check the tooltip on the diagnosis to see which department is capable of treating it. So general surgery department, so we have to change him to that. Let's wait for our patient to be transferred to their room. The room was chosen based on the severity of the patient's symptoms. You can follow the patient by clicking the hidden cross over the bottom left corner of their portrait. So this one. Here we go! Let's speed up time, just so that this goes by a little bit faster. There we go. Too fast. On the elevator. And off he goes into the intensive care unit, or the high dependency unit. Hospitals work around the clock and there are a few important times in the daily schedule. Doctors' rounds happen every morning when the doctors visit their patients and order additional examinations. Nurses check the patients regularly, more often at HDU and ICU. They can notice dangerous symptoms and notify the doctors so the patients get examined. Nurses also deliver meals and medicine in various forms as prescribed. And when everything goes horribly wrong, well, sometimes that happens even if you do everything right, and patients will die. No, death can be turned off in the options, but it won't be. Treat our patients, suppress all high hazard symptoms, which I did. Notice how my icons are still pulsing. No, they're not. The patient might collapse and die if you don't prescribe the correct treatment. Oh no! But I've already done that. He just needs to have abdominal surgery. There we go. So, hopefully we have covered all the important parts of hospital management and hospitalization. Now we can focus on why we requested your help. Please meet us in our next hospital. Well, first let's watch the surgery, shall we? Get brought into the little operating room and... oh, it's raining outside. Look at that. And they are operated on, which we don't get to see for obvious reasons, I think. Yeah, we get... oh! No, we actually do get to see a little bit of blood and opening. Oh no. Be careful, that thing is valuable. Actually, printer ink is actually more valuable than blood, but... there we go. Patient has been operated on and is going to be transferred right back to a room. I'm not entirely sure if back to the HDU or... ooh. Hidden symptom. Oh boy. Well... let's get a palpation going, because I need to find out what that hidden symptom is. Because that thing is... nope. Still didn't get anything. Yeah, we don't really have anything else, so I guess he'll stay hospitalized and a nurse might be able to figure something out. I hope. So, next hospital, because we still have a few minutes left. Wait, what? Events? Oh boy. That new? Or it's just new for the tutorial? I don't like that it throws you to the menu first. You have to go back through here and start the campaign yourself. Hi boss, how was the refresher course? You did take it, right? We'll need all of your skills if you want to challenge Mistfire Medical Company. We know that you used to work for Mistfire Medical and you helped them become the good person next. But their greediness is what made you leave, and like you, we want to give people the best care possible. And with your help, we just might be able to do it. We are in a pickle with so our manager took a huge loan from the bank and ran with all the money. Oh. We suspect that he was working for Mistfire Medical. They just don't want us to succeed, and here they just might. Because if we aren't able to return the money to the bank, we will have to close this hospital. So we need you to do what you do best and help us fix this situation. Since you are new here, the bank will let you borrow some more money, but we suspect that it is in our best interest to borrow only if absolutely necessary. We can boost income and patient intake by completing objectives for our friendly insurance company. It should make this easier. Now go and keep an eye on the bank and return money as often as possible, because you can lower the interest this way. Okay, have bank balance above 0. Have 20,000. We are at the top of the hill right now. We actually have a bunch of departments. So we do have, the capacity to bring in people. But we need to treat 10 patients per day. Why do we have 500,000 janitors? We have 19 janitors? Oh boy. Okay. I get to see my staff list. Janitors. Wait. Oh, that was. Wish I could see the staff list like for all the parts. Janitor. Can't sort their salaries, so I think I'll keep you, Kate. So Karen Lee, you are going to be fired. David, you are going to be fired. Michael. Oh, we'll see. You can stay. You two are going to be fired. Now, here's the deal. I still have too many janitors for day shift. I'm going to keep and oh, this one has been dismissed. It's just sticking around there for reasons that I. So Karen. Joe. have some staff, really. They have 2 ambulances. Where's the clinic? Ah! Okay, people come in there. And here. There's a reception. Oh boy. There's a reception there. There's another one here. Okay, so that's fine, and those can be treated. Okay, let's go to see the janitors. We still have for the day shift, which I think is too much. So I'm going to you. I already have you sticking around for no reason. Okay. Actually, everyone there should be in red. For emergency. Ow! Cool. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. Okay, so I have even more janitors, but from other departments. Why do janitors have to have a department? Or actually something that is not, you know, a janitorial department. Okay, and here I wanted to just bring people out for now. I have 3 waiting rooms in this department. Well, I guess. Suppose. So everything that is like gray or something? This is kind of confusing when you're not the one. Ah, okay, so the colored ones are indeed part of this department. Why does this department have Thomason? And I'm assuming, yeah, if I change, it's you. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Let's look back at the staff. Okay, so now we have 2 janitors daytime, 2 janitors nighttime. Technologists, of course. Why? 4% on... Oh boy. Chief Doctor, oh boy. Judy seems good. Then, oh, Elizabeth. Okay, so hopefully that here. Hey, patient. Can treat 20, I think. Good. Now, my doctor's office, I have 4. And they all have a doctor in. But do I have a doctors? For the night shift, 2 of them. Isn't that secondary spec like type? Yeah, this game has a lot that check diagnosis. Oh, advanced diagnosis, I guess. Okay, so this should be enough to get 10 patients worked along per day, because we have doctors working and doing their stuff. It's 9, so the other department's doctors are doing their rounds. Let's check the statistics again. Yeah, we've greatly reduced the number of janitors. Rated 0, yeah, okay. Still think we have too many janitors, but curbing them will have to be next episode. So, till then, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so that you can get more Project Hospital every Friday. Until next Friday, please remember that here, there be dragons. Thank you so much to my patrons for making this channel possible. Click the Patreon logo to become one of these fine folk, and if you enjoyed the video, here are some more YouTube things you would like. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.